Have you ever felt like life is testing you, pushing you to your limits, daring you to break? Tough times don't ask for permission. They arrive unannounced, ruthless and relentless. And in those moments, most people fold. They complain, they wait for rescue, they wish things were different. But here's the Stoic truth. Life owes you nothing, and no one is coming to save you. Hardship isn't a curse. It's a lesson, a chance to prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. In this video, we're diving into the raw, unfiltered wisdom that will help you not just endure the storms, but rise because of them. So if you're ready for the truth, not comfort, but strength, let's begin. 1. You're not entitled to an easy life. Let's get one thing straight. Life doesn't owe you comfort, success, or happiness. And believe it or not, that's one of the greatest truths you'll ever embrace. Because the moment you stop expecting life to be easy, you stop waiting and start acting. But here's where most people go wrong. In a world of instant gratification, we've been conditioned to believe we deserve success without effort, rewards without sacrifice, and happiness without hardship. And when life doesn't deliver on those expectations, frustration takes over. I know this firsthand. There was a time when everything in my life felt like it was falling apart. Financially, emotionally, in every possible way. I was grinding, putting in the work, doing everything right, yet nothing seemed to pay off. And I got angry. I looked around and saw others coasting through life, achieving effortlessly what I was struggling for. It felt unfair. I kept asking, why me? Why is this happening when I've done everything I was supposed to do? And then it hit me. Life isn't fair, and it's not supposed to be. There is no invisible force ensuring that hard work automatically leads to success, or that effort guarantees results. The world doesn't hand out rewards just because you tried. Success, growth, and fulfillment aren't given, they're earned. Not by those who simply work hard, but by those who refuse to break when life pushes back. This is where many people fail. The belief that life should be easy is what keeps them weak. The moment things get tough, they crumble. They blame the world, point fingers, and wait for someone to fix their problems. But life doesn't care about your complaints. It keeps moving, indifferent to your struggles. And here's the uncomfortable truth. No one has it easy. Not the people you admire, not the ones you envy. The difference? You only see their victories, not the countless failures, sacrifices, and sleepless nights it took to get there. The universe doesn't owe you anything. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss. No one is responsible for making your life easy. So the question is, will you waste time resenting hardship, or will you use it? The strongest people, the ones who truly succeed, aren't the ones who escape struggle. They're the ones who embrace it, who turn "why me" into "how can I use this?" That's the real difference between those who thrive and those who stay stuck. One group accepts hardship as the price of greatness. The other resents it and waits for life to get easier. 2. Tough times don't last, but you do. When you're in the middle of a storm, it feels endless, like the universe has conspired against you, and every day is just survival. Whether it's financial struggles, emotional turmoil, or personal failure, tough times can feel suffocating, as if they'll never let go. But here's the truth. Tough times don't last. You do. I won't sugarcoat it. When life hits you hard, the pain feels permanent. The uncertainty, the frustration, it all seems never-ending. I know because I've been there. I've faced moments when every plan unraveled, every effort seemed futile, and nothing made sense. I remember waking up feeling trapped in a cycle of disappointment, asking myself, is this my life now? Will it always be like this? But here's what I've learned. No storm, no matter how brutal, lasts forever. It may feel like it will, but feelings are deceptive. When we're drowning in hardship, we convince ourselves that it's permanent. But look back on your life. Haven't you already survived every single one of your worst days? The moments that felt unbearable, the nights that felt endless, you got through them, and you will get through this too. Now here's the part most people don't want to hear. We often make tough times last longer than they need to. That's right. We extend our suffering by fixating on how unfair things are instead of focusing on the simple truth. This is temporary. The more you dwell on how bad things feel, the more power you give those struggles over you. I once knew someone who lived in a constant state of crisis. Every setback, no matter how small, became the end of the world. They drowned in their struggles, not because their problems were bigger than anyone else's, but because they let those problems consume them. They forgot that storms pass. Don't make the same mistake. The Stoics understood this well. You don't control what happens to you, but you do control how you respond. When you grasp that, tough times lose their grip on you. They don't define you, they refine you. So here's the deeper truth. No matter how dark it gets, you outlast the storm. Every challenge, every heartbreak, every setback is a test. Life is asking, how much can you endure? And each time you answer with resilience, you grow stronger. The storm will pass, but the strength you gain from it stays with you forever. This isn't about denying pain. Hardship hurts, but pain is temporary. Your ability to endure, that lasts. The human spirit is built for survival. You are built for survival. Even if you don't feel it now, even if everything seems impossible, you will make it through. So the next time life throws a storm your way, remember, the clouds will clear, the chaos will settle, and the pain will fade. But you will still be standing. 3. Your mind is your greatest ally. If there's one thing you can always rely on, it's your mind. But here's the problem. Most people don't realize this. Instead of mastering their thoughts, they become prisoners of them. When life gets tough, they spiral into fear, doubt, and negativity, letting their own mind work against them. But the truth is, your mind is the most powerful tool you have, and if you train it, it becomes your greatest ally. Let me get personal for a moment. I used to struggle with overwhelming anxiety. The second something went wrong, my mind would flood with worst-case scenarios. I'd lose sleep, get irritable, make impulsive decisions, not because of the situation itself, but because of how I was thinking about it. My own thoughts were sabotaging me, turning small setbacks into insurmountable obstacles. Here's the reality most people ignore. You control your thoughts, not the other way around. And if you don't take charge of your mind, it will take charge of you. Your mind will either propel you forward or act as the anchor that drags you down. Most people let their minds run wild, allowing fear and negativity to dictate their actions. But here's what the Stoics knew. Your mind is like a muscle. It can be trained. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic philosophers, wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That's the key. Tough times don't break you. Your thoughts about tough times do. When you hit a setback, what's the first thing that happens? Your mind floods with what ifs. What if this gets worse? What if I fail? What if I can't handle this? It's a vicious cycle, And the more you let those thoughts take root, the more powerless you feel. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are the real battlefield. The external situation might be difficult, but the fight is happening in your head. And when you learn to control your thoughts, you can handle anything. I remember a time when I faced a massive career failure. I had poured months into a project only to watch it collapse. My first instinct was panic. My mind started whispering, "You're not good enough. You've wasted your time. You'll never recover from this." But then I caught myself. I took a step back and asked, is the situation really the problem, or is it my interpretation of it? I shifted my thinking, asking instead, what can I learn? How can I use this to grow? And just like that, my mind became my ally instead of my enemy. Your mind is with you 24/7. You can't escape it, but you can train it to work for you, not against you. It takes effort, discipline, and practice. But the more you train your mind, the more resilient you become. Instead of being crushed by hardship, you use it to grow stronger. So the next time life knocks you down, remember this. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest weakness. And that choice is entirely in your hands. Master your thoughts, focus on what you can control, and you'll find that even the hardest battles become winnable. Because the real war, it's in your head. And once you win that, you can win anything. 4. Life owes you nothing. Here's a hard pill to swallow. Life owes you absolutely nothing. Not happiness, not success, not love, not even fairness. This might sound harsh, but once you truly understand it, you'll free yourself from frustration, disappointment, and wasted energy. Most people don't realize they're trapped in entitlement. They convince themselves, I've worked hard, I've suffered, I've done the right things, so life should reward me. But life doesn't operate on fairness. It's not keeping track of how much you've struggled so it can balance things out. It doesn't hand out rewards just because you've endured hardship. Life simply moves forward, indifferent, neutral, and completely unconcerned with what you think you deserve. I learned this the hard way. There was a point in my life when I felt like I had earned a break. I had been through financial struggles, emotional pain, setback after setback, and I kept thinking, okay, I've suffered enough. Surely life owes me something good now. But instead of a break, I got hit with even more challenges, and I was furious. I felt cheated. I kept asking, why me? Why does life keep making things harder? And then it hit me. I was asking the wrong questions. I was stuck in the mindset that life was supposed to work in my favor if I had paid my dues. But life isn't a vending machine where you put in suffering and get success in return. That realization stung, but it was also the most liberating lesson I ever learned. Because here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Believing life owes you something keeps you weak. It makes you passive, waiting for things to change instead of changing them yourself. It makes you bitter, constantly looking for fairness in a world that was never designed to be fair. I know people who are still stuck in that cycle, waiting for fate, luck, or some invisible force to suddenly turn things around for them. They tell themselves they've been handed a bad deal and that sooner or later the universe will make it up to them. But they don't realize they're wasting time. The hard truth? No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you happiness, success, or fulfillment. You get what you fight for, not what you think you deserve. The moment you let go of the idea that life owes you is the moment you take back your power. This is exactly what the Stoics understood. They never wasted time complaining about how things should be. They focused on how to respond to life as it is. Once you drop the entitlement, you stop taking setbacks personally. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop being crushed by failure because you never expected success to be guaranteed in the first place. Instead, you focus on action, on adaptation, on building the life you want regardless of the circumstances. Think about it. When you stop expecting life to be fair, every setback becomes just another challenge to overcome, not a personal attack from the universe. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as the one in control. And that's the real power in this truth. Life owes you nothing, but that's not a reason to feel defeated. It's a reason to get moving. Because if life doesn't owe you anything, that means you're not waiting anymore. You're not hoping for things to magically change. You're out there making them change. No more waiting, no more entitlement. Go make life give you what you want, not because it owes you, but because you refuse to accept anything less. 5. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Let's get one thing straight. Pain is a fact of life. No one escapes it. Physically, emotionally, mentally, it will find you whether you like it or not. That's just how life works. But here's the truth most people don't realize. While pain is inevitable, suffering is entirely optional. Pain is universal. Loss, betrayal, failure, disappointment, these are part of being human. No matter how careful you are, how much you plan, or how hard you try, life will hit you with hardships. And yet, people waste so much energy trying to avoid pain, thinking that if they do everything right, they can somehow live a pain-free life. But that's an illusion. Pain is unavoidable. What is avoidable, however, is suffering, the mental and emotional weight we attach to that pain. Here's where most people go wrong. They confuse pain with suffering, but they're not the same. Pain is an event. Suffering is a choice. Pain is a signal, a natural response to hardship. Suffering, on the other hand, is the story we build around that pain. It's the endless replaying of what happened, the why me mindset, the refusal to let go. I learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I went through a personal loss that shattered me. The pain was real, heavy, suffocating, but the suffering, that was my own creation. I spent months reliving the event, drowning in self-pity, obsessing over what I could have done differently. The pain had already happened, but I was the one keeping it alive. This is what the Stoics understood better than anyone. They never denied that pain exists, but they knew suffering is a choice. Marcus Aurelius faced war, betrayal, and loss, yet he wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In other words, you may not control what happens to you, but you control how you respond. Pain may be inevitable, but you don't have to let it consume you. And here's the part most people don't want to admit. Some people choose to suffer, not consciously, but because suffering gives them an identity. It gives them an excuse, a reason to stay stuck, a justification for why life isn't where they want it to be. They wear their suffering like a badge of honor. But that's the easy way out. The harder path. Feeling the pain, accepting it, and then moving forward without letting it define you. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, endured pain beyond what most of us can imagine. But in Man's Search for Meaning, he wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." Even in unimaginable suffering, he understood that pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And that's the deeper truth. You don't have to suffer. You can't avoid pain, but you can stop letting it control you. The moment you accept this, you break free from the victim mentality. You stop seeing life as unfair and start focusing on what you can control: your mindset, your actions, your resilience. This isn't easy. When life knocks you down, the temptation to sink into suffering is strong. But true strength lies in feeling the pain and refusing to let it break you. Because once you master this, once you learn to stand in the middle of the storm without letting it consume you, you become unshakable. 6. The world won't wait for you to heal. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. The world doesn't stop for your healing. No matter how much pain you're in, how broken you feel, or how unfair life has been, the world keeps spinning. Time doesn't pause. Responsibilities don't vanish. And people? They keep moving forward, with or without you. It sounds harsh, almost cruel, but this is reality. We're conditioned to believe that when we're hurting, life should slow down, that we should get time to breathe, to heal, to recover. But life isn't built that way. The sun still rises, the bills still need paying, deadlines still loom, and the world continues on, indifferent to your struggles. It's not that life doesn't care, it's that life doesn't wait. I learned this the hard way. After a devastating breakup, I wanted to disappear, to retreat from everything, to sit in my pain and heal before stepping back into the world. But reality didn't give me that luxury. Work deadlines still piled up, responsibilities still demanded my attention, and the longer I avoided life, the more overwhelming it became. No one came to tell me, take all the time you need. I had to face the truth. The world wasn't going to slow down for me. If I didn't find a way to keep going, I'd only fall further behind. That's when I realized something crucial. Healing is important, but it cannot be an excuse to stop living. You don't have to feel 100% ready before you move forward. If you wait until you're fully healed before you rejoin life, you might never get back in the game. The world doesn't stop, and neither should you. This is where so many people go wrong. They think if they just hide away long enough, if they cocoon themselves in their pain, the world will wait for them. But it won't. Opportunities will pass. People will move on. And one day, they'll wake up and wonder how everything slipped so far out of reach. The Stoics understood this well. They didn't believe in wallowing in suffering or waiting for the perfect moment to feel better. They believed in action. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, your pain isn't a stop sign. It's the path forward. You don't heal by standing still. You heal by pushing through, by continuing to live, even when it hurts. Think about the strongest people you know, the ones who've endured unimaginable pain but kept going. They didn't stop for long. They learned how to heal while moving forward. They understood that life wasn't going to hand them extra time to recover. They had to figure out how to carry their pain and keep showing up. That's what real strength looks like. Not waiting for the world to slow down, but learning how to keep going even when you're not okay. So here's the truth. The world won't wait, and it's not supposed to. You might not feel ready, but you don't have to be. Healing happens in motion, not in stillness. If you wait for life to get easier before you start living again, you'll be waiting forever. No one is going to hand you a break. Life isn't built that way. It keeps moving, and you must move with it. Because real strength isn't about avoiding pain. It's about carrying it with you and rising anyway. The most powerful thing you can do is realize this. Healing isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to stand strong in the middle of it. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. And resilience, that's the reward for those who refuse to break. So don't wait for life to get easier. It won't. Get stronger, get wiser, become unshakable. Tough times don't last, but you do. Keep moving forward and let nothing hold you back. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's the toughest challenge you've overcome? And if you found value here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because we're just getting started. Life owes you nothing, but you owe it to yourself to rise. See you in the next one.